Look at this. We'll explain more what this is in just a minute, but right now, just giving you a quick walk around. You see the rear tires through the back. It's a Lotus Evora GTR.
Alright, we got the hat.
6-speed. Love the seats. Beautiful looking car.
Dude, what's going on?
What's going on, Mike?
We're here with my dad and his beautiful Lotus. My dad's been a Lotus guy. Lotus is one of those car brands a lot of people don't know about, or they kind of know about. I've always been involved with Lotuses my whole life. My dad had Super 7s when I grew up. I'll send you a picture of a Super 7 so you can throw it in there so people know what's going on. This is my dad's custom spec Evora GT, and he can explain that more. But again, he's been a Lotus guy his whole life, but usually older, carbureted, kind of like this old Datsun we have here, carbureted, individual throttle body, side piped, like race cars. And in age, I think, comes refinement.
There you go.
So he's got a lot more reasonable vehicle than my mom drives. It's our Evora. This is we all know who the real boss is. My mom's the boss, so my mom can fit in this car, and Matt just went for a drive in it too. It's like, we're all 6 foot tall people, like you can fit in this car, whereas in the Super 7, he thought a Miata was tight. Like a Super 7 is a tiny car. He also has an Elise, which was the first newer Lotus that he has, and that's a lot tinier of a car too. Like when you sit in the Elise, you're laying on the floor like you're in a race car. It's super comfy. I think it's comfy, but I like race cars. It's not for everybody who doesn't like race cars. So yeah, I'll let my dad talk about kind of the specs, because again, he ordered this. That's not, I cut and weld and I make stuff how I want it to be.
We usually get the car spec'd out after the dude beat it up on Facebook Marketplace for 10 to 15
my
years.
My spec versus my dad's spec is a very, very different thing. So he can kind of explain.
This will explain Michael's hat. Why he's always got a John Player.
I do like John Player. John Player.
Yep.
Style.
Yeah, it's a 2021 Lotus Evora GT. Last year that this model was made. It's one of about 20 that is in Canada, and I ordered it specifically with the paint and the interior colors, wheels, and such and so forth.
So run us through the spec. What did you spec out here? Obviously the paint, the interior. Is there any like rhyme or reason to why you spec'd it, or is it just personal preference?
Mainly personal preference. What I wanted. I don't like black wheels. I know black wheels are very.
You know what? That's actually coming in and out of fad right now. A lot of guys are going to silver wheels.
Black wheel guy either.
Yeah.
I hide stuff.
I like the silver wheel.
And this is a nice tire and wheel package right here.
The classic Lotus.
Very nice. Very clean. Very clean.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool car. I love driving it, and as Mike said, been a Lotus guy all my life, and Michael's grown up with Lotus cars, all sorts of models over the years.
Sevens, the Lands, the Sprees.
So Rob, for people who don't know, let's talk about the engine in the Lotus.
That's the beauty of this car, because it's a Toyota drive train. It's a V6 from a Camry, and it's got an Edelbrock supercharger. Puts out about 416 horsepower, 6-speed manual gearbox.
Do you happen to know how much the car weighs?
It's about 3,200 pounds.
So that's very respectable power to weight ratio.
Yes, and that's actually kind of heavy for a Lotus.
It's a big car.
The Elise weighs 1,900 pounds. So,
yep.
But it's more of a grand touring car, and but it's great to drive, lots of fun.
And the aero on it is insane too, right? Which is very overlooked sometimes. But yeah, no, you can even see the tires through the back here. It's got diffusers from factory.
The front vent.
It's got the front vents.
Into the splitter.
Yeah, everything actually has a purpose, and it's not like some cars where you see they have all these fake ducts and stuff that don't actually do anything. This is very purpose driven. And I don't think they really added anything they didn't need. It's very like orientated for someone who actually wants to, experience drive a car.
Lots of carbon fiber.
Yes, I noticed that. Lots of carbon on the dash.
Carbon seats.
On the back here.
Back buckets of the seats.
Oh yeah, the seats are
Buckets
actually
all
fully carbon in the back there. I don't know how well you can see that on camera,
It
but
has a back seat.
yeah, it does have a back seat.
It does have a back seat.
Yeah.
Back seat, yeah.
Family. Oh yeah, right here on the door sill. That's really nice. The Lotus inlay.
It's a bit dirty right now. It's a bit
Oh,
dirty, but
come on.
It is what it is.
There's lots of little mats
Yeah.
hanging around.
Right on, Rob. Well, thank you for bringing this by.
Thanks, Matt. And Mike's going to take it out for a drive. So
Yeah.
Oh, he's giving Mike the keys to the Lotus.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'll take my dad for a little.
Awesome. Right on. It's just POV driving the Lotus. Got
Yeah.
Michael in the front seat. His dad entrusted him with the keys.
Yeah, he lets. I like driving them, and they're just it's more than I can afford, pal.
yeah. Hey, pizza boy. Oh, the carbon bucket seats are. You can see the engine from the back too.
You went for a drive with my dad though, and he drives his stuff, so he's
Yeah.
not-
No, he definitely does drive.
you can see where I get it from.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep her rolling, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Just this is the steep side of my driveway. The brakes on this thing are so stiff.
Dude, I noticed right away, like the chassis, like it just feels like rock solid, eh?
Oh yeah, it's pretty
A
scary.
beautiful view from the mirror too. You can see the hips of the car. The shift's nice too. I love it, man. There's not a lot of bullshit. And the dash, nothing. It's very, like, unless it needs to be there, it doesn't seem, you know what I mean?
No, it's simple.
Well, hopefully the audio's not too blown out with the windows, but I'll leave them open a crack. Yeah, you get great induction noises here too. Definitely needs an intake. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
The downshifts are crisp. Oh yeah.
The brakes are so intense. Better than any brakes I possess.
Yeah. I'm lucky if all four of my brakes even work. Wow. Oh yeah. That's nuts, man. I love it.
It's not insane because it's a heavy car too, so it's like the power to weight is very well balanced. It's just literally like a sharpened blade, like a knife, a fine blade.
I noticed too, even the steering rack itself too.
Oh, it's like
yeah, exactly. It's like on a knife's edge there.
Yeah, that's why it feels like a fine blade.
Yeah, and just even like the suspension and everything, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice downshift.
How's the clutch, Mike? Is it a super heavy clutch or is
No,
it
it's super like
easy, soft?
ridiculously drivable.
Yeah, yeah.
6.
Yeah, very tame too. Like if you want it to be kind of just quiet and daily driver,
Yeah,
you
that's
definitely
why it's
could.
like a GT car. This is something that like you can drive more on a daily basis. Whereas the Elise, you'll bring by the Elise one day. I love driving. The Elise is a little 4-cylinder, just thing screams, and it's so light, so it's fast. Has the Celica motor. So
Yeah, actually, I was about to say it's the 2ZZFE motor.
So it had the VTEC crossover is like insane in it.
Yeah, no, it's actually. Remember I was talking earlier about the Pexi tuner, where I spent all that money just to basically get with a stock Lotus motor, the extra 40 horsepower. Well, no, the Lotus 2ZZFE has 40 extra horsepower over the Celica. I spent about $2,000 to get 5 horsepower, or like change where lift engages with the Pexi tuner. Which, when you're like 18, 19, is probably not a good way to spend your money, but. And you can just feel those Michelin tires just grab the road. Oh yeah, she'll still put you back in your seat though.
Yeah, it makes tons of torque.
Yeah, the supercharger, eh? You would not know it's supercharged though.
No, you don't really hear the whine. That's
You
why
definitely
we
wouldn't.
need to do an intake on it.
Yeah.
Definitely needs an intake.
actually friggin'. Evora are, or no, this is, what is this? This is Evora, right?
This is Evora GT.
Yeah, Evora GT Crocs. Let's go.